You know what really grinds my gears?
Write this down.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the vlog. Hope you're having a good day. It is January 28th, 2026. We are just less than 2 weeks away from the Super Bowl and also less than a week away from the Royal Rumble. I want to get some predictions on the record, and we'll go from there. And I want to get a coaching hire on the record as well before it happens. Nothing's happened yet. Nothing's imminent, but I want to get something down. I need to get some points. We're not doing good. Let's take a look at the accountability session, and I'm in the red still after the last episode. I missed, and I'm 0 for 1. Now I'm 0 for 4. So let's go over what I've missed so far. I said Brian Flores will be named the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. He is actually going to stay in Minnesota. He's the DC here. So he missed out on the Ravens coaching job as well as the Steelers. He was a finalist for the Steelers, and he got passed up by Mike McCarthy. Whatever. Durante Jones, I said Detone Jones, would be promoted to DC with the Vikings. He's actually going to Washington, I believe, as the Commander's DC. So congratulations to him. And I said the Patriots and the Rams would win the AFC and NFC championships respectfully and face each other in the Super Bowl. I was wrong. I got half of it right. I said New England would win, and they did. But the Seahawks, or as I like to call them, Seahags, beat the Rams, so it'll be a Patriots-Seahawks Super Bowl. So I'm 0 for 4, so my stats are 0 and 4. I have no average, but that's fine. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, I'll get some stuff on the board, and we'll go from there. So I have 6 new predictions. None of these are touchdowns, but I'm going to bring them up anyways. Well, one of them, the head coaching one, I believe, is going to be a touchdown because nobody's talking about this guy possibly going here. And if I nail it, it's a touchdown. It's like a 100% dot. So you guys can fight me over it if you want in the credits, or in the comments, but we'll get to it. Let's start with the first one.
Write this down.
New England Patriots will win the Super Bowl. I think they're the better team. Even though they have the easiest schedule, everybody's bitching about it. I like Drake May. He's the guy the Vikings wanted. They offered a haul to trade up to get him, and the Patriots said no. And the Patriots got it right. I have no problems with Drake May. I like him. I liked him coming out of college. And I prefer him winning over Sam Darnold. I am sick of the narrative of Sam Darnold, which I'm going to rant about later. This is going to be a 2-part episode in one. We're going to do the write it down predictions, and I'm going to talk Vikings a little bit at the end of this episode. But we'll get back around to Sam Darnold. Don't worry. Speaking of Drake May,
Write this down.
he will be named Super Bowl MVP. I think he's going to do it. I think it's going to be him. I think he's going to ball out, and he's going to do well even though it's his first playoffs. He's looked okay. He hasn't been great, but I think he's going to ball out. Second-year player in the Super Bowl, and it's going to be a great story, and he's going to be named. He is the heir apparent to Tom Brady, and he's going to do good things in New England, I predict.
Write this down.
For my next one, this is going to be the end date's going to be the end of the next season, 2026. By the end of 2026 season, General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah or Kevin O'Connell will be fired by the Vikings. I think with everything going on recently, with the draft misses that Kwesi's done since he's got here, the Vikings continually missing the playoffs or not winning anything in the playoffs, the big whiff on players that have moved on from the team under Kwesi and KOC and are doing well. Case in point, Sam Darnold. Center Garrett Bradbury with the Patriots, and some other minor players that are on both rosters. There's 9 ex-Vikings total on both Super Bowl rosters. Heads are going to spin. They effed up the quarterback situation. They effed up the draft. If it's another bad season, if the Vikings don't make the playoffs next season, Kwesi or Kevin O'Connell will be fired by the Vikings. I can see both of them being fired, but I'm writing it one or the other, not both, because I want to get the points. I do think one of them will get fired. Off the record, I think both of them get blown out. But on record, one or the other will be fired by the Vikings.
Write this down.
Here's one that's not been talked about, and this is, I believe, going to be a touchdown if it happens because I haven't heard shit about it. But ex-Bills head coach Sean McDermott will be named the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. They're still looking. I think they're the last team looking for a head coach. The Browns just signed a guy. Coincidentally, their DC, Jim Schwartz, is pissed he got passed up for the job. But I'm not surprised considering his last head coaching gig was in Detroit, and it was a complete dumpster fire. He's a good. He's one of those coaches that's better as a coordinator than a head coach. So he thinks he's hot shit as a head coach, but obviously the Browns disagree. But of course the Browns are a dumpster fire themselves. So, but Sean McDermott, I predict, will be the Las Vegas Raiders' next head coach, and this will be a touchdown if I'm correct. Because no one's talking about it right now. It's kind of quiet. So. Raiders need to do something. They need a good coach. They thought they got that in Pete Carroll. It didn't happen. They need somebody that's more innovative. I think he could fit that and compete there in the AFC West.
Write this down.
Let's switch to this weekend's Royal Rumble. I believe Chris Jericho and Finn Balor will be surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble for the men this weekend. I know on Raw I saw a clip that the general manager told Finn Balor that tough luck, you're not going to be in it because it's full, but I think they're going to do I think there's going to be a swerve where somebody's going to get hurt or Finn's going to get somebody's spot. He's going to end up in the Royal Rumble. So that wouldn't surprise me, but I'm going to say both him and Chris Jericho will be in the Royal Rumble. Of course, Chris Jericho would be making his return to WWE after spending several years in AEW.
Write this
and
down.
my final prediction, and I don't know if this qualifies as a home run either because it's the Twins. They just got Taylor Rogers back to be probably their de facto closer. I know they need more pitching. I think they're going to go after a guy they've been trying to get for years. They tried to trade to get him with the White Sox, but the White Sox were asking for a haul for him because it's a division deal, and Twins didn't budge, but the Twins have been eyeing this guy for years. He's available. They will sign pitcher Michael Kopech. I think they will get it done. He's a free agent. He's coming off an injury. I think it was a leg. I think he will be signed by the Twins, and it'll be one of those contracts like it's a minor league deal, but it'll be a spring training invite with some incentives. So, I think that will be a possibility. I'm going to make one more Twins one before I go. I got to write this one down. I got to type it because it's not on here.
Write this down.
They will trade first baseman Josh Bell before or at the trade deadline this year. They just signed Josh Bell, but I think they're going to trade him to a team that's in the playoffs that is going to want a first baseman or DH. I think they're going to do it to save money and or the possibility that somebody in the organization is doing good, whether it's a first base or another position, and they want to try somebody there. I could see that happening. They got a slew of outfielders that are coming up, so I could see them moving somebody over to first base to make room for that outfielder. I could see somebody like Luke Keyshaw moving over to first base and working out there. There's a lot of talk of Keyshaw going to left field, so Josh Bell will be traded. I'm also going to make another prediction. I'm going to get on the record. Luke Keyshaw will be moved to the outfield. He's currently at second base. I think I've heard talks. There has been already talks of them working him out in left field. I think the talk is going to be permanent. I think by the end of spring training, Luke Keyshaw will be in the outfield because they're going to figure out something in that middle infield spot. I know they're inviting shortstop prospect Keelan Culpepper to spring training. I could see him having a great spring training and the Twins deciding, okay, this is something. We can move Brooks Lee over to second and put Culpepper there at short. We could move Culpepper to second. I could also see them trying Culpepper out at second base during spring training, and he's just catching on real quick. So I think something like that's going to happen. But I'm going to put on the record, Luke Keyshaw will be moved permanently to the outfield. I won't say which outfield position because it could be left, could be right. We don't know yet. But off camera, there it sounds like left field would be the one most logic. So that's it for the predictions. All right, now that write that down is over, let's turn our attention to the Vikings and this coming Super Bowl. This narrative that's been going around and pissing me off about Sam Darnold. It's been narrative. Oh, the Vikings let him walk and they didn't do anything to sign him and blah, 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 and they're going to regret it and blah, blah, blah. So let's just get it over. I just want to get this over with. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the narrative. The Minnesota Vikings offered Sam Darnold a contract. And, of course, people are going to say, well, they didn't offer him a big enough deal, and they told him he had to compete for J.J. McCarthy, and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's context. People are all over saying they let him walk. They did not let him walk. They offered him a contract. He chose to go to Seattle, period. He signed a contract for more money, and he took it. And I don't blame him. Yes, the Vikings offered him a contract. He probably was going to compete with J.J. McCarthy. Should they have offered him a bigger contract? Absolutely. Does that mean he would have had the success that he had this year had he stayed in Minnesota? Probably not. We saw him have games this season where he pissed down his leg, shit his pants like he did with us last year against the Rams and the Lions. And he hasn't done that this year. Well, okay. So far, so good for him. Good for him. Does that mean I want to see him succeed in the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. I hate Seattle. They're in our conference. I don't want them winning. Of course, football fans would rather see Seattle win than the Patriots because the whole thing with Patriots way back in the day, Brady, Belichick, and all that crap. But that's ancient history. The narrative is going to get worse if Sam Darnold wins in the Super Bowl, and it's just ridiculous. It's going to be bad regardless because Stephon Diggs is on the freaking Patriots, as is our former center, Garrett Bradbury, which another head scratcher, but whatever. But can we just end the narrative that we let him walk? We didn't let him walk. We probably could have offered him a better contract, but it's just people need to get their info correct. Yes, we offered him a contract. We didn't let him walk. He chose to walk. And it worked out for him. It didn't work out for the Vikings, and now they're paying the price. They're going to have to either make a decision of going with JJ in the next season or go get somebody. Or well, they can't trade up in this draft because there's no way in hell they're going to trade up to number one to get Fernando Mendoza because the Raiders aren't going to pass up on that. They're taking Mendoza, we know it, and there's nobody else worth a damn at quarterback in the draft this year, except maybe Ty Simpson. But if the Vikings are going to draft another quarterback, they're going to do it next year in 2027 when the prospects are a lot better, or they're going to trade for an established quarterback, which it sounds like right now Joe Burrow is not interested in moving, but you never know. He's got no trade clause, so he can say wherever the hell he wants to go. If, let's say, this season, next season, 2026, say the Vikings suck again, we clean house. Kelsey's gone, Kwesi's gone. Say the Bengals suck again. They're the only team in the AFC North this year so far that hasn't fired their head coach. I could see them blowing things up in Cincinnati, but Burrow's like, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of this shit. I can see him waving his no-trade clause and saying, get me out of here. That's when I could see the Vikings making a move for Burrow. Maybe not this coming season, 2026, but maybe the following year, 2027. Who knows? I could see them going after somebody else. I could see them going after Josh Allen. Josh Allen could get pissed. Everything that's gone on in Buffalo. And people are calling him a choker and all that stuff. Even though I still say to this day that pass to Cooks was a catch. It did not hit the ground. His knee was down. He was down as he made the catch, and then as they're rolling over, the defender grabbed the ball. Oh, it's intercepted. No, I'm sorry. The Bills got screwed for some stupid reason. And I honestly think if the Bills had played the Patriots this past weekend instead of it being Patriots-Broncos, I think the Bills would have won. I honestly think the Bills would have won. But the game would have been New England. It would have been tough. But all three teams, Denver, Buffalo, New England, play in snowy situations. So Buffalo, it would have been any typical Sunday for them, except it would have been on the road. But I think the Bills would be in the Super Bowl right now if things had not gotten screwed for them in Denver. Against Denver. But that's my that's my belief on that. One more thing, Belichick not getting voted into the Hall of Fame. I'm kind of 50-50 on that. He should have gone in on the first ballot, but I also think it's a little soon. I thought there was a 5-year wait. You had to wait. Apparently not for head coaches. He's been up. This is his first year of eligibility, even though he's been out since 2023. There's some rumors about him not getting in because people are still pissed off about Spygate and all the other shit, but I think that's just bullshit. He's got 6 championships, 8 total, because he was a coordinator with the Giants. I think he should have gotten in, but I don't know. He'll probably get in next year, unless he comes back. But I don't know. So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Write that down. Write this down. I don't think I'm gonna make any more predictions. I know I said that, and I've said that in the last 2 episodes, but I want to get these predictions in, especially before anything comes out, because they keep popping up in my head, and I'm like, I gotta get these out on record. So, knock on wood. Next episode will be right after the Super Bowl. So, if you like this episode, hit the like button, leave a comment if you like, subscribe to the channel. Like how about future projects, or upgrade the channel, because visit my Patreon. Or you can drop something in the old Cash App. You don't have to help. Any help, greatly appreciated. Until next time, peace out, and the vlog is over.